The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah. Turn that shit up, yo, St. Peter. I'm so baked, gotta get more baked. Woot! I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% high as fuck. People say I'm stoned and lazy. Yeah, if you got a problem with that, you can suck me. I see you outside, bitch, you can't duck me. You could've smoked with me, but you whipped, bitch, on your case. So you got skipped. We were supposed to burn one down, but that's more weed for me, and that's the sound of me smoking more weed. I'm so baked, gotta get more baked. Hitting trees till I can't see straight. These friends always smoking up my weed. Cheap asses never wanna match me. So green got the sticky icky. Grew my own, but that shit was iffy. Bring the chronic if you wanna blaze with me. Boo boo cocky, badonka donk donk. You fucking break my bong, time for you to be gone. Cut with some glass so you remember you were wrong. Hey, you seem to be bleeding quite a bit. Getting that spray all over my carpet. I'll never, ever be able to clean that shit. I put the I in high. You smell that dank. It's mine, so you can tell your friend to mind their own business. Don't fucking narc or be a state's witness. I'm so baked, gotta get more baked. Hitting trees till I can't see straight. These friends always smoking up my weed. Cheap asses never wanna match me. So green got the sticky icky. Grew my own, but that shit was iffy. Bring the chronic if you wanna blaze with me. Boo boo cocky, badonka donk donk. That's right, that dope shit, yo.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
You can put your weed in there.
Stone is Jesus.
Oh, check this out.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. A lot of people don't realize this, but you can put your weed in there.
This is the Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com.
It's my Gregor Poontang, if I can use a medical term.
Man, oh man.
You're gay. There's no fags in the church.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. Don't try to debate me on something. Motherfucker, I can't do many things well, but words are my shit. Yeah, bitch. Words are my shit. Stoner Jesus Show Live, Chapter 3, Verse 22. We're doing it live on June 23rd, 2020. We're live on Twitter and Periscope at Stoner Jesus 420. We're also live on the Facebook page and on Twitch and in the Facebook group for hardcore fans of the show, Disciples of Stoner Jesus. Search Disciples of Stoner Jesus. A lot of shit going on tonight. We'll get to that in a minute. If you want to email the show, stonerjesus420 at gmail.com is the way to do that. You can at me during the show at stonerjesus420. StonerJesus.net for all information on the show, past audio shows, social media links, other links, sponsor banners, the Stoner Bible, the Twitter Stoner Hall of Fame, all kinds of shit. StonerJesus.net. Go check it out. Tell your mom about it, but trust me, your mom already knows. As I said, a lot of stuff tonight. New St. Peter voicemail. Also talking about some viral videos. Also my interview with Dr. Lovejoy at Femdom Therapy on Twitter. Dr. Lovejoy in many other places. You can Google her name. We had a great conversation. You'll see that later tonight. Also, those of you remember, I used to do a show 5 days a week called Cannabis News for the Marijuana Times. It was a little 10, 15, sometimes 20-minute show where I talk about news stories, kind of like weed news that I do on this show. I'm thinking about bringing that back. Here, let me go ahead and kill that music. It's enough of all that jazz, as the kids say. The kids say that a lot. That's enough of that jazz. See, I'm hip to the slang of the modern youth. In any case, I used to do cannabis news 5 days a week for the Marijuana Times. That ended in March. Coronavirus, they shut a lot of stuff down. So I've been gracing you or annoying you with many more episodes of this show. In any case, I'm thinking about bringing that back. It will be called Stoner Jesus Presents Weed News, kind of the same format. I'll be putting it on all these platforms that I do this show on, plus my YouTube channel as well, which I really don't stream live on anymore. Too many copyright issues because of the videos I play and such, but with the Weed News show, there won't be those issues because I just use screenshots of news stories, so I should be cool with that. I'll give you more updates on that. Follow my Twitter at StonerJesus420 for updates as well. Stoner Jesus Presents Weed News coming to you soon. Before we get to St. Peter's voicemail and all the other shit, which includes Suitcase Body, also the Karen video, the Karen Stalker video, the woman breaking down in her driveway as this guy, yells at her about being flipped off or whatnot. 10 million views almost, last I checked, which was like 20 minutes ago, on Twitter. I tweeted about it. I got some shit about it. We'll get into it. Also, another thing that hit Twitter today, the Ron Jeremy assault allegations, rape allegations. Things have been brewing. There's been rumors and talking and straight up accusations from people in the industry about various levels of awful behavior from Ron Jeremy for quite a few years now. So what I saw today wasn't really a surprise. We'll talk about that as well. First, as I said, new voicemail from St. Peter. Haven't heard from St. Peter in a while. It was kind of nice, I guess, on many levels, to have the break, the respite, if you will, from the onslaught of information that he's always bringing to the table, I guess is the best way to put it. So, but I also understand that it's good for people to get an update. People have been clamoring. People have been clamoring for an update on St. Peter to find out what's going on. By the way, the hat, MilanoWanna.com. They got tons of dope shit like this. They sent me this, MilanoWanna.com. I think I'm getting that name right now. I had so much fucking trouble with that name. But once you get the cadence of it, MilanoWanna, then it's very easy. At least I hope. I may be fucking it up still. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? For them, not for me. I don't care. I have no shame. Look at me. Or a fucking Stewie Griffith wingman t-shirt with angel wings. I don't give a shit. Thug. I'm thugged out over here. So yeah, all that's just coming up. And right now, as I said, the voicemail from St. Peter, very important voicemail from St. Peter, with some good news and an update on his bout with coronavirus.
Hey, Jesus. Hey, Jesus, it's me, Peter. I wanted to call in and give you an update on what's going on with me. I think I finally kicked that coronavirus. Jesus, I whipped its ass. You remember about that having that coronavirus? Jesus, I snorted the liquefied bat brains because, Enrique told me to, and I thought it'd be cool, so I did it, and it was all fucked up. My piss was fuchsia and all that. I left you voicemails about it. Jesus. Anyway, I also told you about getting furloughed from my job of scraping dead animals off the side of the road. And that kind of sucked, because of the coronavirus or whatever. But I wanted to tell you, Jesus, I got my job back, scraping the dead animals. I'm back out there on the road, being one with nature, and scraping the carcasses off the asphalt, and sometimes off the gravel roads, and sometimes dirt roads. Those are harder. The asphalt, man, they just fucking come right up. Anyway, you may be wondering, Jesus, how I got my job back. Well, it was very easy. They told me that there's only going to be one job there at the department, and Enrique, since he had seniority, he was going to get the job at the department of the scraping of the dead animals. Well, I told them that Enrique has not only been selling the raccoon fur from the raccoons they scraped off the road. He's been skinning the fur off of them and selling it on eBay. I also told him that he's been selling liquefied bat brains on the black market, for like their recreational properties, if you will, Jesus. So Enrique got fired and I got my job back because all the stuff I told him really threw Enrique under the bus. Of course, none of that stuff is true. I mean, he didn't do any of that stuff, at least not to my knowledge. But the motherfucker convinced me to snort bat brains, so you know what? And he had my job. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Right, Jesus? That's my motto. What was it? You gotta be who you be, Jesus. I'm sorry, I've been drinking a lot, and I think I snorted some pills. You think I learned my lesson about snorting stuff, but you know me, Jesus, I don't learn shit. So there's a lot going on, so I'm gonna lose my train of thought here, but it's okay. I think that makes for entertaining audio content, don't you agree, Jesus? So, yeah, that's it. Got my job. I'm corona-free. I'm back kicking ass and taking bubble gum or whatever. So, and I'm all out of names. Yeah, I think. Yeah. So anyway, Jesus. Fuck you, Jesus.
So there you go. The latest from St. Peter, a little more disjointed than usual, which is saying something. I mean, usually there's a level of discombobulation, if you will, to St. Peter's speech and ideas and thoughts and speech patterns and things like that. But never usually quite to that extent. I guess he was excited about throwing Enrique under the bus and getting his job back. It's really interesting to follow the saga of St. Peter. Did that sound convincing? I don't know. I hope it sounded more convincing to you than it did to me. I mean, after that wasn't even 3 minutes. It seemed interminable. It seemed like 20 minutes. It seemed like a 20-minute voicemail, but I swear to you, it's like 2 minutes and 48 seconds. But there you go. For the people clamoring for the St. Peter update. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy about what you subjected all of us to. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out live. We got people in the Facebook chat area. Capone, Brett Anthony liking the show. You can tweet us, as I said, at StonerJesus420. Also live on Periscope at StonerJesus420 as well. You can follow us on there. Click those notifications so you always know when we're live. Your phone will scream at you, "Hey, man, we're live, bro. Come check it out." And if not, well, it is what it is. As I said, coming up in the next segment, Suitcase Body, the Stalking Karen video, and Ron Jeremy's new legal troubles. After that, my interview with Dr. Lovejoy. Great interview. We talked about weed, sex, fetishes, all kinds of stuff. At Femdom Therapy on Twitter, as you can find Dr. Lovejoy. Stoner Jesus Show Live, Chapter 3, Verse 32. Bitches. We'll be back.
The Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com.
The Stoner Jesus Show is brought to you in part by Hemptations.com and PlanetEverywhere.com. They got a lot of awesome stuff for you to check out. But don't just take my word for it. Let Beach, the owner of Hemptations, tell you all about it.
It's a very large selection of hemp goods, everything from reusable coffee filters to frisbees, bandanas, everything Planet Everywhere on the site is made in Cincinnati, Ohio, made locally. We also have other retail products from our cosmetics, Earthly Body product, bags on the retail site. Again, anybody local in Cincinnati can go to Hemptations.com and get the info on the stores. Planet Everywhere is our .com is our retail site. You can hit me up on Hemptation Beach or like my Facebook page, Hemptations or Hemptations 2. I'm on Twitter, Google, I'm on the internet everywhere, just like everyone. We love to hear from people all over the world, positive things about industrial hemp. That's what I do. That's what we do. Largest selection of industrial hemp on the planet in the stores. And I'd like to grow that inventory to be able to say that I haven't actually checked out all the other hemp retail spots to see if we have the largest amount on our Planet Everywhere. But it's a fair selection.
And as Beach always says,
having Hemptations.
Ignite the conversation on some trending topics along the Cannabis Radio social media network. Join our crew of thousands on our Cannabis Radio page on Facebook or at Canna Radio, CANNA Radio on Twitter. Plus, look for our Facebook and Google Plus pages for all of our original programs and connect with Dr. Dina, Kyle Cushman, Dr. Mitch Earlywine, Nurse Heather, Doc Rob, the hosts of Ganjapreneur, and more. Connect with the growing Cannabis Radio Social Crusade at Canna Radio on Twitter or search for Cannabis Radio on Facebook, Google Plus, and Instagram and grow with us.
Learning the benefits of proper nutrition, supplementation, and personal development to live a healthy and abundant life. Awaken, adjust, and aspire. High on Healthy. Mondays on demand. Only on CannabisRadio.com.
Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina. Candid.
I want to give you the inside story.
Captivating.
I want to introduce you to my kind and amazingly talented friends.
Compelling.
We get to meet some of the most amazing cannabis activists and warriors around.
Listen in as medical marijuana pioneer Dr. Dina shares never-before-heard stories, chats with cannabis insiders and celebrity friends, and provides invaluable perspective and insight into one of the fastest-growing industries in the world.
I want to share with you what was once confidential information. Let's expose the truth, discuss the issues, and learn the facts.
Cannabis Confidential, only on CannabisRadio.com.
Get informed, get inspired, and get connected on NCIA's Cannabis Industry Voice. Mondays on demand, only on CannabisRadio.com. Pierre Savon speaks to patients, advocates, and professionals to keep you informed on all the latest trends and advancements in the medical cannabis industry on Alternative Talk, presented by AlternativeVibes.com. Tuesdays on demand, only on CannabisRadio.com. The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah. Stoner Jesus Show live, Chapter 3, Verse 32. We're live on many platforms, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, and Twitch. I do have the Facebook pulled up and the Periscope if you want to chat with us or if you want some comments or whatnot. You may want to with this upcoming segment. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. As I said, still to come, my interview with Dr. Lovejoy. We talked about all kinds of stuff at Femdom Therapy on Twitter. If you want to check her out, my interview with her, the full interview. Coming up, first, some cool shit from the internet, like finding a body in a suitcase.
What started as a fun adventure ended with a very grisly discovery. Some teens who were using a TikTok app that randomly generates a nearby location to explore got to the location. And as Amber Cogliano reports, they were shocked by what they found.
These teens are about to make a gruesome discovery.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the beach.
They were exploring a remote part of a beach in Seattle when they came across the mysterious black luggage. At first, they had no idea what was inside, which is why they can be heard joking around in the video.
Wait, open it. It stinks, y'all.
Suddenly, as they poked open the suitcase with a stick, the smell became overwhelming, and only then did they realize something sinister might be inside.
Sinister.
Okay, so she's calling the police so we can see if it's actually a dead body or it's just food.
When cops got there, they confirmed the presence of human remains in
Oh, snap. Human remains.
the trash bag stuffed inside the suitcase. So how did the teens end up here at this specific location where they found the suitcase? They were directed there by a smartphone app called Randonautica.
I guess in the end I'm not really all that hip because I've never heard of that app. Not until today. Apparently they've been using it for months to go find various things and explore various areas, including, apparently, finding a dead body.
The app has exploded in popularity among young people during the last few months thanks to the COVID-19 lockdown. It's supposed to be a fun new way to explore the world around you by sending you randomly...
That's pretty fucking fun. I mean, I understand. Like I say later, this one of these kids said that they were traumatized or whatever. I think it's a pretty cool fucking story. Pretty sure I could get a viral video out of finding a dead body in a suitcase.
Selected
Which is really my only goal.
geographic coordinates.
Joshua Langfelder created the app and says he never expected anyone to find a dead body.
I understand he doesn't expect it, but I mean, as the app gains popularity, odds are that all sorts of things are going to be found, and eventually a dead body is going to be found as well. Someone who really didn't do a good job, by the way, of disposing of a dead body. A suitcase on some rocks where some kids with an app can find it. I got to think there's better ways to hide a dead body, better places. There's tons.
How did you react when you heard the news?
I was shocked and surprised. We reached out to the teens.
Shocked and surprised.
And made sure that they were okay and let them know that that wasn't what we intended. It's an unfortunate coincidence.
That's not what we intended. We didn't intend for you to find a dead body because that would really kill the downloads.
The medical examiner is working to identify the remains and determine a cause of death. Another bag of human remains was found floating in the ocean nearby. One teen called the experience so traumatic, it changed my life.
She's calling the police.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. All like I said, I would be glad to find a dead body. I talk about it every week on this show. That would be the video that I would lead every episode of the show with. Is, hey, you remember that time I found a dead body in a suitcase? See, I'm a professional broadcaster. I'm not some little TikTok pussy. Anyway, you've probably seen this video. As I said, it had almost 10 million views last I checked, which was not too long ago on Twitter. This guy claims that this woman cut him off. She flipped him off. He claims once in the video that she called him the N-word with the hard R, which a couple of people pointed out to me on Twitter. I asked them where the proof of this is, if there's another video, if his Instagram shows her calling him the N-word with a hard R. That is what it is. I will retract my statement, but I see no proof of it. And furthermore, I think that's a lie. And I'll tell you why. But first, let's watch some of the video. If you haven't seen it yet, which if you're on Twitter, I don't see how you could have missed it.
Karen, are you okay?
I don't understand what happened.
Can you explain to me calmly?
No, because you're attacking me right now.
I'm not attacking you. Ma'am, you flicked me off.
You're ready to take it.
Guys, this is her license plate number. She lives here. This is her address.
This is not true. No.
Karen, you flipped me off. You cut me off and flipped me off, and now you're playing the victim. Ma'am, would you like to calm down? Guys, she flipped me off. She literally flipped me off, and then she tried to come home.
So, other people have come out to see what the fuck's going on because this woman's wigging out and he's pointing a camera at her, or pointing a phone at her. And, see, he mentions, and I don't know the exact count, but in this video, as you just saw, he mentions being flipped off a lot. Maybe 24 times. Mentions, hey, I got flipped off, I got cut off. I got flipped off, I cut off. She thought she could get away with it. You couldn't get away with flipping me off. He mentions that a bunch. He mentions getting flipped off at least 24 times. He mentions getting cut off at least 12 times. But he mentions being called the N-word with the hard R once. Once. Again, if there's video proof of this, please show it to me. I will retract my statement about him being a liar. But I think that's a lie. I think that's a line, as you'll see coming up, because I'm going to play the whole video. I think that's a line he throws in there to kind of make it a little worse because he's starting to realize he's being kind of a bitch by complaining about being flipped off and cut off in traffic. Something every motherfucker who's ever driven a car has gone through. He's realizing his tone. He sounds like a bitch. Karen, you thought you could flip me off. Karen, you thought you could flip me off and get away with it, but you can't, Karen. You can't, Karen. I have a phone, Karen. I followed you here, Karen. By the way, the repeated use of the word Karen as if he invented that insult and it's the most wonderful insult in the world and he's nailing her every single time. That's ridiculous as well. His entire tone, his entire demeanor. Which is why I think he throws in once that she called him the N-word. And again, show the proof of that. Why isn't that the viral video? Isn't that the crux of the problem if she called him the N-word? Isn't that the viral video? Isn't that the viral video that should be shown? One guy on Twitter said to me, imagine defending this woman. I'm not defending shit. I'm not seeing her do anything other than freak the fuck out in her driveway. If I see her call him the N-word, then that's a different story. But the defender from what? She's being berated by some weird dude who followed her home. A man followed a woman home for the purposes of berating her. Karen, you flipped me off. You cut me off, Karen. Everybody listen to me. Karen flipped me off. She cut me off. She thought she could get away with it. But I had time today, so I followed her here to videotape her. Karen. The tweet that accompanied this, no mention of the N-word. None. And you can argue, even if it's justified then, this weird fucking behavior showing her license plate, her home address, so fucking weirdos everywhere can assume that you're telling the truth and that woman's a racist and they can come burn her house down or what the fuck ever. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous behavior. Like I said on Twitter today, I get flipped off and cut off all the time. I'm not a whiny fucking bitch about it. Karen, you flipped me off, Karen. You can't do that, Karen. You flipped me off. Let's get to the part where he claims once, as I said, the use of the N-word.
Karen, would you like to calm down and have a conversation? Why you... Am I attacking her? Ma'am, I'm not attacking you. You flipped me off and you thought you could get away with it. You didn't think I would find you.
You flipped me off. You thought you could get away with it. You didn't think I would find you. Again, isn't it a perfect place to drop the mention of the N-word? You called me the N-word. That's why I followed you home. Isn't that the whole problem? As a couple people on Twitter told me. Well, I said, where's the proof of that? They said, well, she called him the N-word. Where's the proof of that? Show me that video. Why isn't that video viral? And if it is, please someone send it to me because I want to see it. I'll play it on the next show. We'll talk about this all again. But what I see in this video is some fucking weirdo stalker berating some woman for some bullshit reason. And just with a superiority that has not been earned in any way. Karen.
She can apologize for calling me a nigger and flipping me off.
See, that's the only time he mentions that. In 2 minutes and 20 seconds of him claiming what this woman's done, through 24 mentions of being flipped off, through at least 12 mentions of being cut off in traffic, he mentions being called the N-word once. And that's only because someone's being aggressive with him and he's trying to defend himself for what clearly looks, from an outside observer's point of view, like weird fucking behavior. A man's pulled over, there's a woman cowering in the driveway, he's holding the phone at her. In that scenario, he looks like a fucking asshole. In this video, he sounds like an asshole. I gotta tell you, if this had happened to me, which it wouldn't because he wouldn't have followed a man home, there's no fucking way. I would have kicked the shit out of this motherfucker. You come up to me saying I flipped you off in traffic and I cut you off and you're going to be a bitch about it and you're pointing your showing my fucking house and my license plate claiming I'm a fucking racist, I'm going to at least get a good fucking ass whooping out of it. I will stomp this motherfucker within an inch of his fucking life right here in the fucking street for following me home and stalking me and coming all the way to my house. Which, like I said, he wouldn't have done to a man. I guarantee it. He wouldn't have followed a man home and said, Chad, you cut me off in traffic. You flipped me off, Chad. You can't do that, Chad. I'm special. I'm a special person. You're not allowed to treat me that way.
I'm trying to talk to you. My name is Carlos. Would you like to speak to me?
Yeah, by the way, that's his name on Twitter, Carlos Dillard. Last I saw, his Twitter name is WYPIPO_H8, which I guess means white people hate. I don't know. Not that I give a fuck. You hate white people? I don't care. I don't give a shit. But to fucking pretend, and like I said, if she called you the N-word, that's the fucking video, man. That's the fucking video. He says at one point, well, it's on my Instagram. Okay, please someone send it to me. Fucking send it to me. That's the viral video. This video makes you look like an asshole. Being called the N-word in traffic by some fucking white fucking broad, who, by the way, as many people mentioned on Twitter, this woman clearly has mental problems. She's having a full-blown fucking hysterical meltdown in her driveway. And the gloves and the mask don't help. I mean, I'm sorry, I wear a mask everywhere I go, I understand. I wear every public place I enter, I wear a mask. I don't wear it outside, I think it's a bit much, but I wear it in public places where I'm going to be around people. I wear a mask all the time. But the fact that she has gloves and a mask on outside in broad daylight and she's screaming and having a hysterical breakdown in her driveway, it's fucking, again, you can't diagnose someone. I'm not a fucking therapist, even if I could diagnose someone through a video, but she seems like she has problems. So it looks like this dude followed a mentally ill woman home and for the purposes of berating her, which looks bad. It looks fucking bad. For what? He mentioned, like I say, he mentions 24 times. She flipped me off. Oh man. Somebody in the chat room said it's dumb to go after someone for a bit of road rage, but the point is her doing that could have got him killed by the police. What? Being flipped off? Flipping someone off in traffic to get them killed by the police? Because of her privilege. Bro, have a cone and calm down. Fucking don't watch if you don't like it. I'm stating my opinion. Your opinion's stupid. How about that? What could have got him killed by police was acting like a fucking idiot in broad daylight with this hysterical woman screaming because he followed her to her house and showed her license plate and her address. Like I said, if he would have done that to me, which he wouldn't have, because this guy ain't going to follow a dude home. He only followed her because she's a woman. And he felt like he could get away with it. She's not going to do anything about it. Because a dude would have put his fucking head through his own car window. And the footage of that would have went viral. Again, show me the footage of the N-word. Until then, this dude who's filming this is a whiny little fucking twat. Well, Karen, you flipped me off, Karen. Yeah, you flipped me off, Karen. You can't do that, Karen. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You whiny fucking twat.
This is what we get. Ma'am, why are you sitting here crying? What have I done to you? Ma'am, what have I done to
Stalked her at her fucking house, you fucking weirdo.
you? So you can go around the city and flip people off and cut me off. So you didn't flip me off.
Again, you can go around the city and flip me off and cut me off. Again, no mention of the N-word, because I don't think that happened.
Ma'am, I'm trying to let you talk. Do you know her? You cannot sit. She literally flipped me off. She cut me off. I have it on camera.
Again, flipped off, cut off, no mention of the N-word. I have it on camera. Where's the video?
She flipped me off 3 blocks away, and then she slammed on her brakes. I have it on my Instagram. And then I got on my car, and I was like, ma'am, why are you following me? Why? She literally followed me. So then...
There's no proof of any of what he's saying. The only thing there's proof of is what he's doing on camera.
I followed her back.
Which is fucking weird.
Back home. And
he's a fucking weirdo.
I said, ma'am, why are you harassing me? Ma'am, listen about what?
Karen.
Can
Karen.
I speak to you?
So there you go. Again, show me the footage of calling him the N-word. And then maybe you might have a case for some kind of reaction. But flipping someone off in traffic and cutting someone off in traffic is nothing. It happens to everybody. And this guy has so much time on his hands, he can stand in front of this woman's house and go, Karen, you flipped me off, Karen. You can't do that, Karen. You can't flip me off, Karen. Just shut up. God. Fucking move on. But not for nothing, but there are people going through actual problems in this world. Including a lot of African American people. Going through actual problems. Actually being killed by police. Actually having police come in their home when they're sleeping and shooting them. Actually having police put their knees on their necks for almost 9 minutes and killing them. These things are actually happening. Some fucking white broad in a mask, as mentally deranged as she may be, cuts you off in traffic and flips you off. You'll fucking get over it, bro. Sack up a little bit and get over it. I got flipped off yesterday. I'll be flipped off tomorrow. I get flipped off all the time. I don't chase down women and berate them on camera. Speaking of assaulting women, which maybe that's not what he did, maybe it's not assault, it's close. He obviously, for whatever mental state she's in, made her scared as fuck. So that's a form of assault, I would think, in any case. And plus putting her information all over Twitter, another bitch move. Like, I can't handle my own shit. I need other people on Twitter to come help me. Just all of it is just fucking awful. Anyway, speaking of fucking awful, as I said, this is something that's been rumored for quite a while. There's been many allegations on Twitter There was a big Rolling Stone article about it, just all kinds of stuff going on and swirling for the last few years about Ron Jeremy. He was banned from some adult expos like the AVN Awards and whatnot. And today, porn star Ron Jeremy was charged with 4 counts of sexual assault. It's a story from the LA Times. The picture, actually I would have waited for the picture for that screenshot, because now the picture is him in court wearing a mask with 3 deputies around him wearing masks. I like how they need 3 deputies. Ron Jeremy's going to get away. Stop him. He's 80 years old. He's going to flee. Ron Jeremy's going to flee the courtroom. So anyway, the new picture on the LA Times article is him in court. The one I have in that screenshot is the one I took earlier today. The article says Ron Jeremy, one of the most iconic figures in the adult entertainment industry, was charged Tuesday with sexually assaulting 4 women in West Hollywood, where investigators say he prowled the Sunset Strip looking for victims. Jeremy, whose legal name is Ronald Jeremy Hyatt, was charged with forcible rape, forcible oral copulation, and sexual battery, according to a criminal complaint. Prosecutors allege Jeremy, 67, attacked a 25-year-old woman at a West Hollywood home in 2014. They also accuse him of sexually assaulting 2 women at a West Hollywood bar in 2017 and raping a woman at the same bar in 2019. That's fucked up. The Ron Jeremy rape bar? Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Commander Carlos Marquez said Jeremy became the focus of an investigation after a rape allegation was levied last July. Jeremy would frequent the Abbey and the Roxy looking for women, according to Marquez. There are crimes of opportunity, said Marquez, a veteran sex crimes investigator. He takes advantage of a situation with a victim. Said Jeremy leveraged his public persona to gain access to the women and then took advantage of them when they were intoxicated. He's been accused of sexual assault by multiple women in recent years, including adult film stars Danica Dane, Jennifer Steele, and Jay Taylor. He has denied the allegations. In total, he faces 3 counts of forcible rape, 2 counts of sexual penetration by force, 2 counts of sexual battery, and 1 count of forcible oral copulation. According to the criminal complaint, he can spend up to 90 years in prison if he's convicted of the charges. They declined to charge him in a 5th case after deciding they had insufficient evidence to prosecute an alleged 2016 rape. Jeremy appeared in a downtown courtroom Tuesday wearing a black t-shirt and boat shoes, but did not speak to reporters. It's quite the outfit. His attorney, Stuart Goldfarb, asked for an arraignment and a bail review hearing to be continued until Friday. He will be held in lieu of a $6.6 million bail. Outside the courthouse, his lawyer said Jeremy was innocent and questioned the timing of the charges, considering one of the alleged assaults dates back to 2014. He said he has never in his life had sex with a female through force or duress. They go on to mention Jeremy's been banned from the Adult Video News Awards and the Exotica Expo, 2 of the largest annual events in the porn industry, as a result of claims made by numerous women of groping and grabbing and such. As I said on Twitter today, as I said, this stuff about Ron Jeremy is not surprising to me, considering all I've heard over the years. Excuse me. In any case, as I said on Twitter, I've gone my entire life, every single day of my life, without either sexually or physically or in any other way assaulting a woman. And I don't say that to pat myself on the back. I say that because it's very easy. It's very easy. Obviously, as we've pointed out before, there's a disconnect between what a person wants and how it's going to affect the person they're doing it to. And at some point, that train doesn't make it all the way to the station. To where, hey, if I rape this woman, it's really going to fuck her up. Physically, but much more mentally. And it's going to fuck her up for a long, long time. And she doesn't want to have sex with me, so I'll go have sex with someone else with consent, or I'll jerk off. But for guys like this, the train just fucking stops, and it's like, hey, I want sex with this woman, and that's it. Which I can't relate to, because like I said, I fly through every day without sexually or any other way assaulting a woman. And it comes easily to me. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just go, when you wake up that morning, say, hey, I'm not going to rape or sexually assault anyone today. I'm not going to physically assault anyone today. I'm not going to do that today. And then you get through the day, and you didn't rape anybody, and it's a good day. I don't see what the fucking problem is. I don't see how difficult that is. But you go through the whole fucking rigmarole of stalking and getting a woman and getting her drunk and then forcing yourself on her and all that shit. Logic like, don't rape people, it's not going to come through to the people like that. You know? Because you say, hey, don't rape people, and someone like Ron Jeremy says, well, that's true, and I would agree with that, except, and see, that's where it goes off the rails, because there's no exception. You don't rape people. You don't physically assault them. You don't sexually assault them. There's no except. But in Ron Jeremy's mind, people like him, like Bill Cosby, well, I really shouldn't be doing this, except that I want to have sex with this woman right now, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give her Quaaludes, or I'm going to get her drunk, or whatever. I don't know. I think, and with for a guy like Ron Jeremy, obviously, and for guys like Bill Cosby and other famous people, it's not about getting laid. They can get laid anytime they want. A fucking guy like Harvey Weinstein, there was 100 women lined up waiting to fuck him 8 ways to Sunday to get a fucking movie part. He didn't need to force himself on anybody. Same thing with Bill Cosby. And same thing with Ron Jeremy, I would assume. But it's not about that. It's about the disconnect in the head that doesn't get, as I said, doesn't get the train all the way to the station of, hey, don't rape this person, you're really going to fuck them up. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I got a feeling what's going to happen is that Ron Jeremy's going to get some jail time. Which, from what I heard, and I alleged, it's all alleged, but from what I heard, he's a pretty freaking creepy dude. Anyway, speaking of creepy dudes, that's going to do it for my show. At least for the live portion of my show. After the break, I have my interview with Femdom Therapy on Twitter, Dr. Lovejoy from SiriusXM, and many other places. Had a long conversation about weed, sex, all kinds of stuff, fetishes. Great conversation with Dr. Lovejoy at Femdom Therapy on Twitter. That's coming up. Keep spreading the word about stonerjesus.net. Thanks for watching and listening. Whether it's live or on demand or it's video or audio or whatever. And as always, peace, bitches.
The Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com. The smoke is rising, and the next crop of podcasts devoted to cannabis providers and enthusiasts are ready to be harvested. Welcome to the Cannabis Radio Network, founded by respected rainmakers who have been producing award-winning podcasts for over a decade. Industry headlines, business updates, medical reports, marketing, and e-commerce education rolled up perfectly for your consumption. Let's grow together. The Cannabis Radio Network. CannabisRadio.com.
Oh, let the marijuana llama tell you something now about a game for your phone gonna make you say, wow! The game's about the game of growing cannabis for cash. Grow the seeds, sell the bud, put the savings in the stash. Little by little, your empire grows large. Put the big celebrities inside your entourage. You can choose to play with Snoop or me or Cheech and Chong, Cypress Hill, Willie Nelson, Wiz Khalifa with a bong. The name of the game is Hemp Inc., that's the point. Download and play while you light yourself a joint. The business of cannabis should be no crime. Hemp Inc. is even hot-proofed by the man who run High Times. Oh yeah? Get it on Android and iOS today. Marijuana llama out. Got to tend to me own crops, you know. Money don't make itself. Hemp Inc.
Hello, my children. Stoner Jesus here. I specifically want to speak to the gay men among my audience. Have you ever been out on the hunt, if you will, trying to score some hottie, some totes hottie, and you don't have what it takes to get that hottie? Maybe you're at the club or wherever you are. Broadway musical, it doesn't matter. You're trying to get that hottie, but you don't know how to talk to the hottie. You don't know what to say. That's a big hunk of beefcake right there, and you don't have the words. Well, you know what you need? You need the new Dick Caller from the Dick Commander series. That's right. Call 1-800-GET-DICK. 1-800-GET-DICK. I have St. Peter here to demonstrate the Dick Caller. Just blow right into that. Right here. Right there, Peter. There you go. All right. Blow into your Dick Caller from Dick Commander, and you'll hear awesome stuff
Like this.
Oh yeah, we had a share together in the pines.
See? It works. Of course it works.
Do you guys have any wigs?
You get Dick. The Dick caller from Dick Commander.
Hey, honey, have you seen my Gene Kelly?
You don't have the words to get that dick? There you go, Peter. Get into it.
Yeah.
Blow that motherfucker.
That's why I'll never go to Hamburger Mary's again on a
Blow that motherfucker. Yeah.
Get that dick.
Call that dick. You don't have the words. You don't need the words.
Hey, girl.
Because you have
Hey, Diva.
the Dick caller from Dick Commander. 1-800-GET-DICK.
Hey, Richard.
Call it today.
Tommy Chong is ready to cut through the smoke and change the tone of Tilk Radio.
You know, during Dance with the Stars, I started feeling discomfort.
Yeah.
And not only that, I was doing these old man smells. And it was kind of embarrassing because, you know, all the Dancing with the Stars crew, cast and crew, you know, they were all young kids.
Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden, this old guy would come along and do one of those silent farts, you know, that you don't know you're doing it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you smell, and everybody go, what the hell smells? And, you know it was me. And so I'd scurry off to the bathroom, you know, and that's when I knew that there was something wrong.
The Tommy Chong Podcast, only on CannabisRadio.com.
Welcome to my world.
Now available for pre-order through crowdfunding for just $14 plus $10 shipping. Pouches, premium mixing and rolling pouches, allow you to carry and prepare your herbs for consumption with discretion and ease. These stylish pouches are handcrafted using strong zips, long-wearing buffalo leather outside, and smooth sheepskin inside. A portion of proceeds go to fund vital medical research into cannabis for ADHD. See a demo and get yours now on Indiegogo or Pouches.com. That's POUCHZ.com. The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everybody. Stoner Jesus Show on the video chat with Dr. Lovejoy at Femdom Therapy on Twitter. If you'd like to follow her, we'll get into, of course, all that she is doing and all of that stuff. But first, Doc, if I may call you Doc, welcome to the show.
That's what everybody calls me. Thank you so much for having me, Jesus. You know, we need a little Jesus in our lives right now,
Absolutely.
and you're the one.
2020 has been a long year so far, or a long few years.
It's like a vortex that just won't. It's the gift that won't stop giving.
As far
thank
as
you to have me. I'm really excited.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for taking the time to be on the show and going through all the little technical issues that sometimes arise before we can connect these calls. With the whole coronavirus thing and the COVID thing, how's your health? How are the people around you? How have the last few months been?
You know, I'm great. Those around me are great because we haven't done anything in months except for, you know, I take walks, and I have not left my area in 3 months. But
that's good. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, and I'm in Los Angeles where it is currently rising, so I'm not looking forward to go. It's just not really fun to me anyway to go to a restaurant and hang out with a timed limit, and so I'll just stay here. I like to smoke pot, so I'm okay staying home.
That helps.
Being outside, it's summer, and
that helps a lot with the isolation and the killing time, if you will, depending on what you're up to.
Absolutely.
So your Twitter name, Femdom Therapy. We'll get to the therapy part in a minute, but for the uninitiated, if you will, what exactly does Femdom entail?
Well, a femdom is a female dominant, and that would be me. So I'm kind of the leader when a guy talks to me, I'm the dominant one. I make them feel weak. So when we do the femdom therapy, it's not really your traditional come sit on my couch and let's talk about your issues with your wife, your girlfriend, with women, or whatever it is in general. It's got more of a deeper twist to it and more of a kinky side.
So how is that? Obviously, therapy is for the purposes of helping someone's mental state, or at least hopefully. How do men being humiliated? How do they find that helps them mentally?
It's a
Or
release.
sexually?
Everybody's got their thing. Whatever it takes. So some guys want to be called, a lot of guys, I'm not even going to say some, a large amount of men want to be told they're losers and that they're pathetic, and they love to pay for it. I think I've discussed this with a lot of doms and friends of mine who do this. The psychology behind that is a lot of these guys are really successful. People are kissing their ass all day long. And sometimes they just want to go back to that point in time where they were a nerd or whatever they were and just be refreshed on, yeah, this is what I am. Inside, I'm just a little bitch. And they get their thing out.
When I first started interviewing cam models and such, like maybe 10 years ago at this point, I first learned about small penis humiliation. Is that still a big thing in that world?
Yeah, that's SPH. If you're looking on Twitter, that would be under the hashtag SPH. There's a thing. That's a huge thing. That's an everyday thing for me. Yeah, even some guys who will, at the end of a conversation, they'll say, I actually, my dick's not even really that small. And I'm always like, so what is it about it? They're like, I don't know. I just want to be made fun of. Whatever it is, it gets them off. But yeah, it's a huge, no pun intended, it's a huge thing.
I definitely, getting on social media and all that stuff, I've learned about a lot of things that I didn't know existed. It's been, technology is incredible in many ways. Obviously, you mentioned cannabis. We love cannabis, of course. That's my whole thing here. I've built everything around. Do you find that cannabis helps with, especially the sexual side of things? Is it something that you talk about in your therapy or with clients or anything like that?
Yeah, well, if you don't already know about this fetish, you're going to know about it now. Another really big fetish is called forced intoxication. So guys call up, or cam, whatever, they want you to make them smoke a ton of weed or whatever extracurricular activity they have, drink, until you get them so mind fucked and help them enhance everything. So a lot of guys who are into the hypnosis thing, weed plays a huge part of it because you know what poppers are? Have you heard of poppers?
I've heard of them. I have a vague idea, but obviously if you...
Okay, so it's an inhalant and you can get it at 7-Eleven and it's an over-the-counter thing. Whatever it is, it gets your head a little messy. And that's a big thing too. But yeah, so that is a big plan. Of course, it's easier to get your hands on. It's pretty much everywhere. So it's easy to use and to play. And the whole thing is like, are you going to get me so fucking high that I'm going to give you all my information? That's a big deal. And I laugh because as someone who smokes a lot of weed, and as you would know too, I never get to that point. There's not enough weed I could smoke to, never.
So how does that go? Like if, is it like a video thing? They're sitting there smoking a bong, and if they take like a little hit, you call them a pussy or something like that?
Or like I would watch them on cam, or or just talk to them and I'd hear the bong or whatever, and I'd be like, take another hit. Take 2 hits, hold it for 10 seconds, and then you count it 10, 9, 8. And whether it's fantasy or reality, whatever it is, that's the game. That's what they want to play.
Yeah.
And it's harmless fun in the end. But yeah, so weed does play a huge role.
Do you find that it helps sexually? Because I know a lot of people say, no, it kind of, desensitizes me, and some people say I use it all the time. What are your thoughts on it?
For me personally?
Yeah, or your experience with people, either way.
Well, me personally, like I said, I'm too much of a recreational smoker, so I wouldn't know the difference.
It doesn't phase you anymore.
Because because I'm always kind of in that place. But yeah, a lot of people do say that. I hear more yes than not.
Yeah.
Because it's not like alcohol. You can completely control yourself. Actually, I think for people with anxiety, it's really good sexually because you can relax and get to that place that if your head is somewhere else, it helps you just focus.
Yeah. So, when did you start smoking cannabis? How long was your relationship with Mary Jane lasted?
It's been an intense relationship, I would say, for the past 27 years.
Okay. Do you find any?
And living in California, it's
yeah, I imagine it's
easier to get into it here.
Yeah.
It's been around me all the time.
Yeah, whenever I talk to people from California, they always mention it's pretty much everywhere now. If it wasn't everywhere before under medical marijuana, now with the recreational, it's definitely increased, especially in certain areas of the
It's
state.
literally.
Yeah.
Yes, in my neighborhood, there is literally a weed shop. I'm not even joking. There is a weed shop maybe every half mile going down one certain stretch for many miles. There's a
Nice.
lot of weed.
It's the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite strains? Do you have any like go-to strains? Or are you one of those type of people that just tries all kinds of stuff?
I'll try anything. I'm more of a sativa girl.
Yeah.
I love Girl Scout cookies. And Blue Dream, I feel like is a classic.
Absolutely.
Always kind of does me right. But yeah, no, I'm not snobby like that. I like when somebody shows up with a pretty joint that looks like a rainbow and it's dipped in keef. But I don't personally need to be on level 20 all the time.
Yeah.
So that to me would be for more of a special occasion. I'm okay with, I don't need to be with 24% THC on an all day level.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You? Got stuff to do. Yeah, I like to be kind of a low level because I have a lot of stomach problems and things like that. So once that's taken care of, I'm really good because I got to be productive all day or whatever passes as productive in the world of Stoner Jesus, which is a lot of this and shows and stuff like that. Which people think, is not a lot of work. It's not a ton of work, but it is, it's something. Like I said before, the whole aura of professional broadcasting going on here. As far as ingestion methods,
people don't realize all the marketing and all of this. And there's a lot of work.
Promotion and all that is just constant.
Yeah.
Whether it's 4 in the
It's a lot
afternoon
of
or 4
work.
in the morning, I'm on social media telling people, hey, I have a show. Come watch and listen to it. Get your ass
Exactly.
over here. You mentioned joints and stuff. As far as ingestion methods, do you have any favorite ways of that? Bongs, edibles, anything like that?
I flip around. I usually like a volcano, but
Very nice.
then I kind of get sick of that, and then I go to a bong. And joints, not really, unless it's a party joint. Too harsh for me.
Okay.
So yeah, usually, even though some people would probably say a bong is really harsh, but I do use like the filtered with the honeycomb and it feels more filtered. So I bob back and forth. Those are my two. If I'm out in public, I'll smoke a pipe, whatever is available. But at home, it's right. Currently, I'm on bong.
Nice.
What about you?
I usually glass pipe is usually the easiest for me. I like the convenience. I like because the bong can be harsh and joints and blunts is the same problem. I was way back in the day. I was a metal bowl person until I learned that was not very good. So I've been glass ever since. Just the convenience and everything is just it's good. Plus I can't roll.
What about vaping?
Yeah, I've had some portable vaporizers. Some people have sent me some for the show to try out and things like that. The flower portable vaporizers I like. I've never been a real dab concentrate person. I've tried it. I have a dab thing here laying around somewhere, but I don't use it all that much. I've always been a flower bowl type of guy. It does the job. So.
Yeah, the dabbing is too intense for me. That's just too. That's what I'm saying. Where I don't need to be at level 20.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's a bit much.
Way too much for me. I got shit, as you say. I got shit to do.
Absolutely. I've noticed that you focus a lot on audio content if you will. A lot of people like me, I used to be audio all the time. When I started podcasting, my dream was I'm going to have this cool radio show and I'm going to be on the internet and all that. And it didn't quite turn out that way. And a few years ago, I was forced to do video just for, the exposure and getting the show out there. Something I said 50 times I would never do because I don't understand why people want to see me talking to a microphone, but here we are. I noticed that what sets you apart is a lot of the audio, the MP3s, stuff like that. Why do you find that to be an effective way to get content out there?
Well, I don't make videos. Like all the pretty much everybody you've had on, I would assume makes videos.
Yeah.
I don't do any videos. I don't do any. You don't see anything. I don't ever. Well, I mean, see me as me, but you don't see me. I don't do lingerie. I don't do nudity.
Yeah.
My whole shtick is strictly audio. That's it. It's audio porn, and everything I put out, you never hear anything like, "Oh, you're gonna fuck me." It's the opposite. I would never fuck you. And yeah, it sells. It's, not everybody's looking they want to hear an audio. It's like, do you like great music? It's the same. It's music to somebody's ears. It's a deep feeling. Look, when I'm doing it, I do it in a specific, my voice cadence is very like, this is your Dr. Lovejoy. And in this session, I'm going to mind fuck you deep into oblivion. So, it's also the whole audio reaction of how do you physically feel after hearing it as well. And my voice has this effect. So that's where that lies.
Yeah, I got to think in a world where now video and just everything imaginable, every fetish category you can think of is available immediately, free, in multiple places. I got to think that something like that really, really stands out and draws a lot of attention.
Exactly. And trigger marketing trigger words, and I've been doing this for 16 years now. So I feel like I have a really good handle on what men are looking for, and the topic, and what makes them move on the topic to keep them coming back for more. So it's also, the quality of what you're putting out.
Yeah.
Like anything else. But that's, I think, one of my specialties is tapping in on those topics and using those. It's sorcery. It is like a therapy, like a therapy. I get into your head. I do a lot of mantras where you just repeat things. So yeah, it's just a different experience. So, and it's out there, so much of it out there, but I think it's just my content design, and I think my shtick as well is completely different.
Yeah, definitely the interactive thing is something that's become big, especially I guess in the last few years on the internet and social media and all that, with the rise of OnlyFans and all that. It's a big business now. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, sorry, back to what you're saying. So because there's so much free, I get a lot of custom requests because they want to hear their name.
That was my next question about like requests and like do you get like crazy requests? What are some of the crazier ones? Things that you were just like, no, I'm not fucking doing that.
Well, anything. I don't do any racial request things. Yeah. I get that. I don't now. Sometimes I just like, really, is this like a joke? I mean, who would even do this? But I guess people.
I got to ask, is it African American guys asking to be called the N-word? Do you get that ever?
Yes, and I don't even know that they're I don't know who's behind it. Like, it could be anybody who just
that's definitely
whatever it is. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Get real. Let's see. I get a lot. No. Some funny ones I've recently got are mommy Lovejoy. They want me to be their mommy and punish them by making them wear a diaper, and they're gonna soil their diaper and they have to sleep in it, and then they're a fucking loser. I have
they're
one
shitting their
guy
diaper,
who
they are a
was-
loser.
Yeah, exactly. When you're an adult wearing a diaper, the whole thing is like hilarious, right? Recently had a guy who I thought this was pretty funny. The details were he saying whatever town it is that he lived in, and then I know the truth about him that he's secretly a sissy, and then I'm training him while we're in quarantine to be the best cocksucker in the whole town. And I'm putting him through this metamorphosis that he's a butterfly and he's going to come out of this as a sissy bitch cocksucker.
Wow.
Yeah, I get really weird shit.
Some
It's
people
awesome.
have a lot of time to think up scenarios and stuff.
I guess it's like you get to hear your fantasy told out to you, and that's got to be kind of fulfilling, right? Having somebody else deliver it to you in such a safe way where you don't, it's anonymous, it's safe. No one, you're not actually doing anything totally weird. Oh, I got one for you.
Okay.
I had a guy the other day calls me on cam, and we do these things called humiliation assignment. I had him go to CV. I made him wear a t-shirt and put a band under it and stuff it so he had titties. And then I made him go to CVS with the boobs, and I made him get press-on nails and a douche. And then he has to check out. And I'm like, you tell them it's for you. And then he goes home and he puts the press-on nails on, and yes, I made him use the douche.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to ask if that's something you have to take is like the honor system, you have to take the word for it, or is that something you have like video?
Oh no,
confirmation?
I saw it on video. I was watching this live. So yeah, no.
Hilarious.
Okay, when you do these tasks, they often want you to be with them the whole time. So they call you and they are paying from the time they go to CVS up until you have them home with this stuff. So that's, there's some of your weird shit from, this is just this past week.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's
unbelievable, I know.
possibilities of the internet.
My whole thing is I think I've heard it all, and somebody at some point always comes along and tops it, and then I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Once again, I've been freaked. Yeah.
Dr. Lovejoy, it's been a great time. Before you go, we give you the opportunity, because you're in a lot of different places with all and all that stuff. Where's some of the places that people can find you on social media and stuff like that?
The easiest, call Dr. Lovejoy, text Dr. Lovejoy, Dr. Lovejoy audio, or just come find me on Twitter, because I'm always pushing all of it at Femdom Therapy. And Stoner Jesus, thank you so much for having me and keeping things high and light.
That's what we're trying to do. Obviously,
it's been a pleasure.
Come back anytime. Just let us know.
Oh, thank you. And ditto. Like to have you.
Awesome. Absolutely.
Bye for now, everyone. See ya.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Amen.